ئەم کاتتان باش گوڵە جوانەکانم جارێکی کە لە بابەتی ئینگلیزی بە یەک گەشتینەوە پۆلی 6 یونیتی 17 lesson 2. Once again we have meet and we meet again and we are going to finish unit 17 lesson 2 inshallah. If you remember, we have talked about past simple, the use of did. When we have did in a sentence, the main verb must come back to the base. We also talked about that if a question starts with did, the answer should be either with yes or no. هەروەها باسی ئەوەشمان کرد ئەگەر پرسیارێکمان هەبوو بە did دەستی پێکردبێ بە yes و no وەڵام دەینەوە. باسی ئەوەشمان کرد did ئەگەر هەبوو لە ڕستا فرمانی سەرەکیە بێ بگەڕێتەوە بۆ چاو. Here in our lesson, for today's lesson, we are going to study lesson 2 of unit 17. Read, listen and say. The hedgehog is in here. It's fine now, it can go home. If you remember, once she fall down and her back hurts the hedgehog, the vet take good care of the hedgehog and it's fine now. She said the hedgehog is in here, it is fine now, it can go home. ئێستا هێچۆکەکە ژوژوەکە باش لێرەیە ئەو باشە ئێستا لە ئەرتوانێ بڕاتەوە ماڵی خۆی. Great, let's take it. Great, let's take it to Baton Wood. To Baton Wood. زۆر نایابە با ببینەوە بۆ کوێ؟ بۆ دارستانی بێرتن. Come on, out you come. وەرە ئەتوانی بێیتە دەرەوە. Oh, it's happy now. Oh, it's happy now. ئەو ئێستا دڵخۆشە. ئەو ئێستا دڵخۆشە. At the barbecue لە کاتی سەفرەکە لە کاتی گۆشت برژاندن و تکا. Look, did you see that butterfly? یەمەوتمان ئەگەر پرسیار بە did کرا بە did کرا بێ وەڵامەکەمان چی بێ؟ Yes or no. If the question started with did, we have to answer it either with yes or no. It depends on the question. Did you see that butterfly? Did you see that butterfly? Look. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's a purple emperor. It likes living here now. It's a purple emperor. It likes living here now. ئەڵێ تۆ ئەو پەپولێ و بینی؟ بەڵێ بینیم. ئەوە purple emperor. purple وتمانیانی more emperor دەسەڵاتە بەڵام ئەوە ناوێکە بۆ جۆرە پەپولە. It likes living here now. ئەو ئێستا حەزەکە لێرە بژی. ئەو ئێستا حەزەکە لێرە بژی. Let's go and tell our parents. Let's go and tell our parents. با بڕۆین بە دایک و باوکمان بڵێ. There isn't any bread. یەمەوتمان ئەگەر هاتوو ئەنیمان بەکارهێنا ئەنی لە وەڵامی نەرێ ئەگەر نۆت هەبوو ئەتوانین هەمان بێ. There isn't any bread. When we have any, we can use with it with not or negative sentence. There isn't any bread. There is some bread in the box. We said that we can use any in two ways, either in question or in negative answer. لێرەش ئەڵێ هیچ نانێکمان پێ نییە. یعنی هیچ نانێک لەوێ نییە. There is some bread in the box. ئەڵێ هەنێک نان هەیە، هەنێک سەمون هەیە، هەنێک نان هەیە لە چی؟ لە ناو ئەم بۆکسە. بۆکسەکەی کردوێتەوە بەڵام ئەم زۆر دیارە برسیەتی. چاوی هیچ نابینێت لە برسیا ئەڵێ هیچ نانێکی لێ نییە. ئەوش ئەڵێ there is some bread in here. Play a memory game. Here in my kitchen there are some tomatoes. Close your eyes, think about your kitchen, think about your bedroom, think about your living room, your hall, your bathroom. Okay? think about it and tell us something. What do you have or what is there? فکری لێ بکەرەوە دەربارەی مەطبەخەکەت یان دەربارەی ژووری دانیشتن چیت هەیە لەوێ لێرە مەڵێ in my kitchen there are some tomatoes. لەبەرەوەی ئێستا ئاری بەکارهێناڵێ some tomatoes لەوێ لە مەطبەخەکەی ئێمە لە چێشتخانەکەی ئێمە هەندێک تەماتەی لێ in my kitchen there are some tomatoes. There is some rice. لێرە بۆ ئاری بەکارهێناوە لێرە is ئارەکە وتمان ئەگەر بتوانین بیژمێرین ئەڵێن یەک تەماتە دوو تەمات tomatoes 3 tomatoes 4 tomatoes. But here there is some rice. We cannot count rice. No, never. We say some هەندێک برنج قەت لە ماڵیش ناڵێ دایە برنجێکم بۆ تێکەڵێ هەنێ برنجم بۆ تێکە Can you give me some rice please? ناڵێ can you give me 1 water 1 rice 1 salt 1 sugar 1 butter 1 okay you cannot use one for uncountable nouns. We said that, we talked about it. Here, because tomatoes we can count them 1 tomato 2 tomatoes 3 tomatoes. Here in my kitchen there are some tomatoes but there is some rice. لەبەرەوەی نەیتوانیوە برنجەکە بژمێرێ In my kitchen there are some tomatoes. There isn't some rice. There is some rice. There is some chocolate. There is some وتمان چوکلێتیش ناتوانێت بیبژێری یعنی بڵێ یەک چوکلێت دوو چوکلێت okay کەوابوو some. Now think about your kitchen and tell us something about your kitchen. In my kitchen there are some onions. هەنێک پیازی لێیە okay there are some yes rice. There are some rice. Can I say that? Of course I cannot. Very good. There is some rice because rice is uncountable. We cannot count it, so we have to say is. There is there is some rice. Okay? There is some rice. Okay, think about in my kitchen there are what? There are some chairs. ئێمە توانین کورسی بژمێرین یان ناتوانین؟ ئەتوانین. There are some forks. Fork ئەگەر ڕێەکە نەخۆیت ئەڵێ forks or spoons. Yes, fork. Knives. Some knives. Okay, کەوابوو ئەوانەی کە ئەتوانین بیان ژمێرین. Some plates. ئێمە ئەتوانین ئاریان بۆ بەکاربێنین لەبەرەوەی ئیژمێر. In my kitchen there is some salt. There is some salt. All about me. هەمووی دەربارەی خۆم. In your notebook, open your notebook, write down about a place in your town. Use the words in the boxes. There is some rubbish, pollution, traffic. There isn't any. Okay, there is some or there isn't any rubbish. There isn't any pollution. There isn't any traffic. Or there are some cars. There are people's shops. There aren't any cars. There aren't any people. Okay, here there is some pollution. There isn't any, let's say, rubbish. I want you to write down 8 sentences about a place in your town and use these words from the boxes. ئەوەی ئەمانەوە لێرە تۆش ئەنووسیتەوە چەند ڕستەیەک بە بەکارهێنانی وشەکانی ئێرە دەربارەی شوێنێک لە شارەکەی خۆت. Now could you open your activity books? Unit 17, lesson 1, page 69, please. We have use there is or there isn't and some or any. Look, we have sugar, chocolate and bread. There isn't any oil. Do we have oil? Here it says oil. No, we do not have oil. But what about bread? Bread. Do we have bread? Yes, there is some bread. Sugar, sugar. Do we have sugar? Do we have? There is some sugar. What about rice? Do we have rice here? Do we have any? We say there isn't. There isn't any rice. Chocolate, okay, chocolate. Now you think about it. Tell me, do we have it or don't we? Yes, we do have it. There is some what? Chocolate. Butter. Do we have any butter here? Look, do we have any butter? Any? No, there isn't. There isn't any butter. Any? Look here. Tamasha gulakan. Any man here? Not. Any man here? Not. Now, next part, exercise 2. Write about the recycling boxes. Do you remember? Recycling, we said reuse them again. When we threw things away, the recycle company takes them back and reuse them once again. Picture 1, we have a box. For glass, there is a tick and metal cross. We say that there is glass and no metal. How are we going to write the sentence? Who can tell me? There is some there is some, because the glass has got tick, some glass. What about metal? What metal has got it? It has got cross, so we don't have it. So there isn't any, look, there isn't any what? Metal. Metal. There isn't any metal. There isn't any metal. Plastic and paper. We have plastic and paper. Box 2, box 2, think about it, think about it. I want you to write the sentence about plastic and paper. Do we have any plastic in that box? Of course not, because we have a cross next to the plastic. So, there isn't any plastic. What about paper? What about paper? Very good. There is any paper. There is any paper. Is it true? The second sentence, is it true? Are you happy with this sentence? There is any paper. Can we write it like this? ئەم ڕستەیەت پێتەواوە ئەتوانین بەم شێوەیە بینووسین بە دڵنیاییەوە نەخێر ئێمە ناتوانین ئەنی بەکاربێنین لەگەڵ is ئەگەر نۆتی پێوەنە بۆ کاتاڵێن چی؟ There is some paper. Very good. Some paper. Okay? Box number 3. What do we have next to the wood? Tick or cross? Cross, we have cross, which is we don't have it. It means that there isn't any. Here, there is. Number 3, box number 3, number 5, there is not, there isn't any wood. There is some clothing. So, when we have something or a positive affirmative sentence, we say any, some. There is some books. There are some books. There are 20 books. There are 1,000 cars. Okay? There are 20 students, but there isn't any teacher. Hiç mamostayaki leniye. Here, there isn't any wood, hiç dareki leniye, but there is some clothing. Okay, Bauka? The last part of your activity book on page 69, we have write their oil, write a sentence because we have no not. You say there is some oil. Very good. Babchuki Kenekam. There is some oil. We have not. There isn't any oil. There isn't any oil. What we have learned today? Today we have learned about the use of any and some. When we use any, we have to have a negative sentence. We have to have not, which is we don't have that things. There isn't any book. Okay, there isn't any sugar. There isn't any salt. There isn't any bread. There isn't any plastic. There isn't any glass. There isn't any metal. There isn't any oil. But when we have some, we say there is some rice. There is some water. There is some bread. There is some butter. Okay. Then we talked about did. If the word did comes at the beginning of the sentence, it means that this is a question, and the answer should be either with yes or no. وتمان ئەگەر ڕستەیەکیشمان بە دت پرسیارەکە دەستی پێ کردبوو، ئەگەر ڕستەیەکی پرسیاریمان هەبوو بە دت دەستی پێ کردبوو کۆتایەکە بێ بە یەس یان بە نە و وەڵامی بدەینەوە. لێرە دێنە کۆتایی دەرسی ئەمڕۆمان هەتاوەکو بە یەکگەیشتنەوەیەکی کەمان بەخواتان ئەسپێرم، خواتان لەگەڵ.